What's good, YouTube? I'm gonna get right to it, and I'm gonna talk about how to travel for free using this. So I want to put you onto this game. I learned this from a friend of mine. He put me onto it because we fly a lot. Me and my wife and my homeboy, we fly a lot using the Delta. We use Delta a lot. So I already used credit cards. I started out the game with a Capital One card. And they helped me get started, and I had the cash back program with them, so I would get cash back on purchases. That any purchases that I make, you get 1.5% back on purchases, and that's cool. Like that was good enough for me. I'm like, yo, I'm making money off the money I'm spending because I got to spend money anyways for certain things, especially with everything going on. All the scamming going on. Like I don't use my debit card at um, gas station. I don't use my debit card at like certain restaurants or places I haven't been before. So I use my credit card. So bam, I got the Capital One card. I'm using that, getting 1.5% back. End of the year, I was probably clearing like $400. And I'm like, that's cool. But then my homeboy was like, yo, you already flying anyways. Get one of these. Get you a Delta Sky Miles credit card and you can fly for free. And I'm like, fly for free? I like to travel anyways. Me and my wife like to travel. So I'm like, all right. So here's the play, y'all. So basically, you use your credit card anyway, you use your debit card anyway. So don't do this if you struggle with paying bills on time. Don't use this method if you're not that responsible with things, because the credit card game is about making money. So they're gonna give you these rewards, these perks and such. And their ultimate goal is for you to not pay your bill on time, because my interest rate on this credit card is about, I think, 19% or 25%. Either way, that's a lot of money. So, and I wasn't perfect, y'all. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I messed up a couple times where I got my credit card up too high and I wasn't able to pay my bill in full. So the key thing with credit cards is to pay your bill in full on a due date. So if you use the card for $1,000 on the 12th, and your next bill for it is next month on the 12th, you need to pay the whole $1,000 off on the 12th. Because if not, you're gonna pay interest on that money that you spent. So don't do this, because these credit cards are good, but these credit cards are not, like, the rewards aren't worth the interest rate. Like, so if you can't keep up with it, if you can't keep up with paying your bill on time, all the perks and bonuses that come with this card, they are not worth the interest that you're gonna pay. So if you have an issue with that, you're struggling with paying bills, don't get a credit card of any kind, in my opinion, because that's how you're gonna get yourself in trouble. But the play is this: get y'all a credit card by going, and I'm gonna put my link below, but I'm gonna share my screen. So, oops, wrong screen. This is creditcard.com slash delta.com. So you have three options of credit cards. And like I say, these cards will allow you to travel for free, especially because you already have to spend money on certain things. Like me and my wife, we're in real estate. So I'm already always spending money on, not, and it's not a bad thing, but unfortunately, what, a lot of times when you get houses, they need to be renovated. So you have to spend money. So I'm spending money anyway. So you have three options on these Amex Delta credit cards. I have the middle one, and they do have an annual fee, which means every year on the date that you sign up, you have to pay, this annual fee. This one is 0 for the first year, then you got to pay 100 here. I have to pay 250 every year, and for the big boy, I don't recommend you get this one unless you're flying all the time, because that $550, that's kind of steep in my opinion. But the play is, you get this welcome offer. So once you sign up, if you are able to spend $2,000 within 6 months, you get 40,000 bonus miles, which are Sky Miles. Delta has a program, their reward system, they reward you in Sky Miles. And you can use those Sky Miles to pay for your flights with Sky Miles instead of cash. So the play is, you get one of these cards, and if you, like for me, when I signed up, I was already doing a renovation on a property. So I was already gonna spend $3 grand within 2 months. They give you 6 months. But I knew I was gonna spend that anyway. So my man was like, hey, my homeboy was like, hey, get this card. You're gonna spend the money anyways, get these miles. So I spent the 6 grand or whatever, and I got the 50. I actually got 80 grand, 80,000 miles. So they dropped it on y'all a little bit. But either way, get started if y'all want to take this route and you get those miles. So you get the 50,000. In my case, I got 80,000 at my time of doing this. And then you then have 50,000 miles to use, 50,000 Sky Miles to use when you flying, but you have to fly through Delta. So you spending 250 every year, and then you gotta, when you sign up for this card, you gotta spend at least $3 grand. So in my case, I'm always doing renovations. I'm fixing up houses. I'm gonna spend $3 grand on cabinets, appliances, electrical supplies, whatever. I'm gonna spend that money, and I got 50,000 miles. And I'll go over, how to break down how much a flight costs and all that using these Sky Miles. So the other good thing about this, so you can fly for free using those Sky Miles, but also all y'all that fly, you get 2 free check bags every time you come to the airport. You have to fly through Delta, of course. So every time me and my wife go to the airport, I no longer have to pay $60 for our bags to get checked in. So that's free. And that's each flight. So coming there, I mean, when we leaving out of our hometown, which is Rochester, I don't have to spend $120 because my car covers that. And also when we come back, when I gotta check my bags, and I say we coming back from Florida, I don't have to pay for those bags to get checked either. So right off the bat, I'm saving, like $240. So my math could be wrong, but either way, I'm saving at least close to $300 just doing that. And that's off of one flight. And check it, my annual fee is $250. So I'm already, if I didn't have this car, I'm already spending that money anyways. If I'm flying with Delta, I'm already going to spend that money in baggage and paying for my bags to be checked in, me and my wife. I'm already paying for that. So that was already like, bam, I'm already saving the money there. And then when you stay in Airbnbs and you use your you got to go to the Delta app. I'll show y'all that too. You get Sky Miles for when you stay in Airbnbs. You get Sky Miles when you stay in hotels. You get Sky Miles when you buy coffee at Starbucks. And also with this card, every time you use this card, you get Sky Miles. So you get Sky Miles when you go to the grocery store, you get double Sky Miles. So let's say, like my hometown, we got Wegmans, that might have Kroger's or Whole Foods or Sprouts or whatever. Anytime you go to a grocery store, whatever, let's say you spend $500 in groceries, because that's how it is right now, where everything's so high for food. You spend $500, they give you double the miles. So instead of you spend $500, you get 1,000 miles first, because you get double the points. So at grocery stores, you get double the points. But say you go to Walmart, which is, unfortunately, they don't consider Walmart a grocery store, you get 1 times the miles per every dollar you spend. So if you spend $1,000 at Walmart, you get 1,000 in Sky Miles. So like and this is stuff you have to spend anyways. Like this is what you're going to use your debit card anyway. So if you are disciplined enough to make sure that you pay your bill on time, you can rack up Sky Miles and then fly for free, because you're spending money anyway. So all you have to do is, make sure that instead of using your debit card, you use your credit card. And what I like to do is I have a special account in my bank account that every time I spend money on my credit card, I immediately transfer money from my checkings to a Pacific savings account. So that way I know I spent $100 at Wegmans or Kroger's or Walmart, whatever. I spent $100. I'm gonna put $100 out of my checkings and put it in my savings, so that when my bill comes at the end of the month or whatever my billing period is for that credit card, I already got that money to pay that credit card bill right here. It's waiting. So it's literally just moving that money that you already spent to an account so that you can transfer it. You're ready to pay your bill. It'll come right out of that special account, and you good. You good. You don't got to worry about. You don't got to worry about paying interest. You don't got to worry about late fees. You good. So definitely take that route. If you want to be efficient, that's the way I do it, and that's what helped me learn from my mistakes for having credit cards, and because things come up. Sometimes you forget, or sometimes you're just not on top of it. So this is a good way to help you stay on top of it. You also get access to status. I don't really understand the status point that much because basically, from my understanding, what status is, they have gold status. Actually, it's silver, gold, it's silver status, gold status, platinum status, and 360. And it's basically like the more money you spend with Delta and the more you fly, you can get a higher status. So status allows you to get upgraded automatically when you are on a plane. So let's say you book a flight to Georgia and you book a main cabin. Depending the higher your status, the more likely you can get upgraded if there are seats available. So let's say you silver status and there's no other people on the plane that have any type of status with Delta. If there's a seat open in first class or Comfort Plus, you will get upgraded automatically because you're silver status. But if there's somebody on the plane that has gold or platinum status that are in main cabin, they'll get upgraded. They get that seat before you do. So that's just a little perk. I don't really go by status because when I get on the plane personally, I'm either going Comfort Plus, and I'm getting to that point where me and my wife are flying first class a little more. So once you get to that point, status, in my opinion, doesn't matter because you're already in Comfort Plus or first class. You can't get upgraded unless the plane has Delta One. But either way, it's just something to know about. If you went to that, you can chase status. I'm not on that, but you can be if you want to. It's a free benefit that comes with these credit cards. Oh, bam. And I didn't even tell y'all the other thing is that you get a free companion. You get a free companion certificate every year. Once your every year on your anniversary date, you get a free companion certificate, which means that, like, man, my wife, she can fly with me for free using that certificate. So we get one every year. It's a main cabin ticket. And I believe you can upgrade that main cabin ticket to Comfort Plus. So, and let me step back a little bit. So for y'all that don't fly Delta, not only Delta's the only one that does this, where they have, like, from my understanding, they have a main cabin, a Comfort Plus, and a first class. So main cabin is regular seats. They're kind of tight. I could do it, but if you kind of big and you kind of wide, it ain't gonna work. And you kind of cramped up right by whoever you're sitting by. So if you by your wife or your girl, you're good. But if you don't want to be cramped by a stranger, I recommend Comfort Plus. So that's main cabin. On Comfort Plus is like an upgrade. Like, you get a little more space, you get more leg room. Your seats are a little more comfortable. But for me, I like the leg room. I don't like my knees to be right up against the next person's seat in front of me. And I like getting on the plane a little quicker because when you board, it's first class. Actually, it goes people with disabilities go first, and then I think it's veterans or military, then first class, Comfort Plus, main cabin. So, bam. So me and my wife, we Comfort Plus, first class. That's where we like to go. But if we keep doing this method that I'm doing with these Sky Miles and just doing that, flying for free, which we already are doing, and for the most part, we'll be able to do the first class more often. So either way, so first class, that's the BAM. Most of you already know about first class, but if y'all don't, get on the plane first. It's usually only one person sitting next to you versus Comfort Plus and main cabin, where you got 3 people in a row, you got 2 people in a row, and sometimes in first class you got 1 person in a row. So you get that, you get free food in most cases. You get free drinks. Get on the plane first, you get a more comfortable seat, you get a whole bunch of space. Like, that's the goal, in my opinion. If you want to have the best experience on the plane, is to get is to fly first class. It is very expensive, but if you use my route that I've been doing, you will be able to do it. It'll be easier, cheaper. In most cases, you can do it for free. So bam. So there's the overview on, that. So yeah, that's the companion certificate. You get one every year, so you could have your mom, or your wife, or your girl, or your kid fly with you for free once a year. And then you get access to the Delta Sky Club. Unfortunately, with this middle car, you only get access to the Sky Club for the rest of this year. So this option for us will end in 2024, which sucks in my opinion, because I feel like everybody that has a Delta credit card should have access to it. But either way, the Sky Club is like I haven't been there yet. It's a very comfortable lounge where you get free food. They got showers in there, comfortable seating, and you out the way of that hustle and bustle, everybody running back and forth to get to where they need to go for their plane. They're trying to get to their spot. You in the cut, you in your own lounge. You ain't got to rush to the gate. You out the way. Sometimes you got views of the planes flying and taking off. It's cool. I'll be doing that very soon. But yeah, so here are just some of the benefits of this credit card. On top of, like I said, you get the free Sky Miles when you sign up. You get the free companion certificate every year. You get your bags. Your first bag is free. So, and usually most people that I know, my wife, we always have one bag to check in. So unless you stand somewhere for a long time, most times if you have your big old luggage, I don't think you're gonna need a second bag. So this is the best option for me if you flying Delta, and then also you get a discount when you use your Sky Miles online. You get a discount. So bam, I'm gonna take you out to the Delta website real quick. No, I don't want y'all to refresh. So this is the Delta website, and I live in Rochester, so our sign is ROC. And when you're searching flights, you put your date and all that. I put February 1st to February 5th. And you have the option to show the price in Sky Miles, miles, and cash. Now, I always go these two because the miles and cash doesn't seem to make sense to me. I don't really see why that option is there, but it is. So bam, this is the sweet spot. Me and my wife fly, but we are getting here too sometimes. We're gonna be flying first class more often, but either one is you good. You'll be able to fly for free with either one. More so these two until you build more Sky Miles up. But if you keep taking my route, you'll be able to get there. So bam. So here's the cash price for $448. These are how much it costs to fly cash if you're paying with your credit card or debit card. But once you start building your Sky Miles up, and even like I said, once you spend that first, where is it at? Once you spend that first, $2,000 or $3,000 or $5,000, you get 40 grand, 40,000 miles, 50,000 miles. You'll get 60,000 miles. So once you go on here, it's waiting for it to update in miles. This is what you'll be able to use your Sky Miles for. So bam. So already off the bat, if you got this card or this card, you'll get 50,000 miles to get started. So already off the bat, you'll be able to fly Comfort Plus for free because you'll have gotten those miles for free, and all you got to do is spend $12 plus using your free miles. I don't know what happened there. So yeah, you'll be able to fly for free using those Sky Miles right off the bat, and you just have to pay $12. So it's how can you beat that? You're already getting your bag checked in for free. You're gonna get a free certificate at the end of the year, and you'll be able to fly for free, at least Comfort Plus, or you could save some of the miles and just spend, 39,000 of them. You'll have 10,000 of them toward the next thing. And this is a free flight for you to Atlanta, and this is just for Atlanta. This might be cheaper, you know, if you want to go to DC, or it's all about where you're coming, where you are, and where you're going. And like I said, it's you can build these miles every day. We're spending money every day on one thing or another. So you can be disciplined enough to make sure you pay your credit card bill on time. If you can be disciplined enough to be organized and stay on top of when your credit card bill is due, and make sure that you only use this credit card when you have the funds to pay it right off, you win the game. You'll be able to fly for free. You'll be able to get your bag checked for free. You'll be able to get that free companion flight certificate for free. You'll be able to do this for free. So I hope this was a good video. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the chat below. Please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all viewing, and yeah, just check this out. Look into it. It may not be for you, and if you don't fly Delta, because you know some people fly American Airlines, some people fly United. They have credit cards for that too. So this play can be used in other credit card companies. It's just me. I fly Delta because I like to go to Atlanta a lot. And I just like, my best experience flying has been with Delta. So I have a little bit of loyalty with them for now, but either way, this can be done in several ways and several different credit cards. So hope y'all enjoy. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.